You're good.
We are good. Oh, see, look at that. And hello, everyone. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, look at all you with your snazzy backgrounds. And I. Oh, we are right on time, 12 o'clock Eastern time, everybody. Thank you for tuning in and joining us here. Dr. Ruth here has a lovely announcement and mini introduction before we kick this beautiful time off.
I am so excited to be here, Lisa. Thank you. I cannot wait to tell you all what is happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, June 5th, is the launch of EWN's fourth channel. It's EWN Français. And the beautiful Danielle Proulx has come forward and wanted to have her own channel on Enlightened World Network. Now, this channel is bilingual French and English. And what I am so excited about is the woman that Danielle is. Danielle is such a beautiful soul, and she is so right in alignment with all of the values and all of the things that are important to us here at Enlightened World Network. And she is just the perfect fit to come in and do this. So I just had to come on and say, welcome, Danielle. We're so glad you're here doing this. Cannot wait to watch it unfold.
Thank you so much. I'm enjoying every bit of it. Thank you.
Aw, thank you so much. And now Danielle and I are going to continue sharing with all these beautiful participants, because we're live streamed, so that we can enjoy everybody and interact. So I'm so glad that Ruth was a little surprised you there. You didn't know she was going to be.
You know what? I love surprises. So it's just perfect.
Oh, it's so nice, so nice. Well, everybody, I'm so glad to be here. My name's Lisa Berry, and I'm just in love with this entire network. So every time, a new channel or a new show pops up, I'm like, ooh, what's this? And having already got to know you quite well, Danielle, I'm so happy to be here and introducing, and we're going to see what, people can interact with us here while we introduce you. But I'm actually going to read your bio so that I capture it all. There's so much, but I'm going to do it in reverse, because when I love to introduce people, everybody's got a certificate or some, and that shows what they're interested in. But Danielle, I love this part that really shares about who you are, and so it can grab people's attention, and they can tune in and say, "Aha! Ears are perked. I'm ready." And so, Danielle Proulx, we are introducing here and letting everybody know that you're bilingual. You speak French fluently. You are French and English, and so we're going to have a salt and pepper mix of everything. Let me dive into this. Danielle's life is soul-led, and her work is focused on teaching self-reliance through personal and spiritual growth using mind-body energy spiritual approaches. She is often described as the inner soul spark igniter. With great respect and knowledge in the field of human potential, she can help you dismantle the chaos yes, and get you unstuck. Yeah, we don't like that. Oh, she's so good at expanding your creative thinking, allowing you to come up with new inspiring solutions and ideas. People working with Danielle said that you will forever be changed for the best. She utilizes evidence-based and trauma-informed energy psychology, EFT, techniques combined with quantum physics, the power of intentions, epigenetics, and neuroscience. Danielle has over 20 years experience as a holistic and wellness coach. She worked as an addiction and employment counselor. I did not know that. As a coordinator and mentor for social enterprises, the education sector, and for the governmental agencies, Danielle is a lifelong learner and fun. And she strongly believes that a transformational journey needs a mix of color, lightness, openness, and creativity. That's so you.
It is.
Oh, Danielle, you know what? The big title for everybody is a bilingual life transition and evolution coach. You're certified, advanced certified in EFT, Reiki master. You've got all the, like Ruth said, so aligned, so beautiful, so perfect. I will kickstart this off with, you're bringing a new show to EWN as well as the channel, but let's talk about Beyond the Beliefs.
Yes. I'm so excited about this show. So I'm really happy to be sharing all of this with you today.
Yes. And I loved watching you create this show because you knew that it was something, and you knew what the elements were. Like, when people right now, they're going through their life, and they think, I know I want something, but there's just so many pieces, they don't know how to put it together. How did you put together Beyond the Beliefs?
Well, it's been in the making for 2 years, actually. It started being as an idea of what I wanted, what my gift was to share with the world. But I wasn't ready 2 years ago to embark into this amazing journey. Now I am. Here I am. And yeah, so I think I changed the title 5 times. I think I had a show description, like a lot of different show descriptions. It was important for me to just not have a podcast show. I really wanted my essence, but also what am I bringing to the world? What do I want people to know, and how do I want them to feel when they come on my show? So that's why it took me a lot of time, because I wanted a place that people felt like they were safe to share whatever they had to share. And I wanted to cater to different audiences. I wasn't aiming for one audience in particular. I was aiming for people that are starting, they're just on their journey, and people that are in their journey, and people that are transformed from the journey. So I guess I made it complicated a bit.
Yes. Well, but it's tough to you have a gift, and you want to help others with it, and you don't want to limit it. So my question, and so here you are, you're trying to meet everybody wherever they are. What made it important for you to have it be spiritual based?
Because I was also coming out and discovering. I always knew that part of me, and I was living it in my own way. But it was just time to actually, as I was growing and evolving, it was time for me to build something, a platform, a show that people could actually come share about the different stages of what spirituality is all about, and how you integrate that into your life, and what happened and how did he do it. And so the goal is really to connect the viewers with the people like me, people like you, people that have lots of experience, that we can connect and share with one another. So co-create, and what there might be a word that resonates with one person, and that's my goal. Like, I want to have an impact. I want to have a bigger impact into this world. And with the spirituality, it's all about, it's in my work also. It's not just my podcast, and it's in my life every day. So how can I bring people to just connect with the essence that they are, so they can actually discover another dimension that we all have. Actually, we do.
Right. Oh, you made me think of die, when there's so many sides. Oh, there's a 3, there's a 2, there's a 1. Because you like to play games, and so I thought of that. Because we've heard that you've had 20 years of experience. So you have clients, you work with clients one-on-one, maybe small groups. What is the biggest impact that you feel will happen from shifting from a small, very unique one-on-one interactive thing to a big platform with a podcast and a big channel? That's two very larger audiences. And does the not goal, but does the outcome change? Does the impact change?
When I work one-on-one with people, it's really personalized. It's really individualized with where they are, where they want to go, and all the in between, right? As I'm helping them move through all these transitions. With this show, I'm seeing it just with a bigger picture, because I see my world. My world is like the universe is full of possibilities, and I want people to learn that they do exist. I've lived my life like that. I've discovered this amazing ability that we all have to co-create with the universe. And then once we connect with that, it's such, we're all here to help one another. And and love, I love people. People ask me all the time, so what's your biggest passion? I love people. They're like, what do you mean? I love people. And I believe that everybody has a gift to share, everybody. And for me to see that little spark, that spark igniting, that little soul spark, that little spark, that's my gift. When I see that in the eyes of somebody discovering that, oh, I didn't think I could do that, or I didn't think that I had access to that. And that is the most beautiful thing to see. And then to see people actually individual in groups, because when we change, we sometimes don't realize that people around us change also. So that's because our energy changes and we're all in the same energy field, and we can help, we can choose to have, we can choose our energy. We can vibrate higher or lower. So once you understand all of that and you know that you can impact somebody else, that's what I want to do. I want to impact the world. I want to have fun. I want to bring lightness, clarity, direction with this show. So that's my goal.
I love that. And as I'm listening to you, and we can see I almost feel like like snap, crackle, pop, throughout the world, like boom, sparks everywhere. And I love looking at the name of your new show, Beyond the Beliefs. And that to me resonated when you said there's always possibilities. And what can people, if they're thinking, wow, I want to snap, a crackle, pop, and I want to have a spark, and because I think that was very impactful what you said. We sometimes forget or don't know that when we change, others around us change. So when they're tuning in to listen to your show, what could they, I don't want to say expect, because that's what would they experience? Well, you're going to have guests and be sharing stories. Are there going to be any live coaching? Can people, this is live stream, so they'll be writing to you. What can they kind of expect? Yeah, when they're tuning in.
Well, they're going to hear real people talking about their experience in life. It could be it could be an author, an author that's coming in and has this idea of a book and starts explaining it and is just not sure how to do it. But as we're talking, it's not going to be live sessions. That's not what it's going to be, but it's going to be real discussions. It's going to be like, this is where I am, this is what I tried, and now I'm here, and now I'm stuck. Okay, so how can we do that? And the goal is to help one another, right? So it could be also somebody discovering for the first time that they have, or they're curious about really what is spirituality, what is transformation, how can I do that? I hear it all the time, I understand. So by listening to the guests, they will probably get a very good idea of what they're going through. So it could be light workers explaining how they went through their spirituality, how they went through pivotal moments in their lives, and how did they get out of the stuckness or the whatever you want to call it. So they can expect real life stories and people sharing how they did it and why they did it.
This is so interesting, because I think of people who are stuck. What is one of the most common things? Like if there's a thread, if there's something that's familiar that you think, oh, I hear this all the time. What is that one thing that most people come to you and say, I'm here? Well, what does that situation look like? And will you be bringing those stories of that transformation to the show?
Well, most of the times what I hear, and that's why I have the title Beyond the Beliefs, because what I hear when you get the knowledge and you understand how the energy field works, how the body works, how the brain works, and well, it's all connected together, you can actually sit back in the chair and listen to the person and maybe help them realize what their beliefs are. And most of the time, when they address the beliefs, is it theirs? Is it part of what they would learn through life? Is it part of experiences they had, memories, emotion, all of that? So that is the most common thread that you'll hear people probably mentioning in their own words. But you'll understand that once you become aware of that, the beliefs, the perceptions, how it's all It's all in a big, I sometimes say it's all wrapped up in a big box that you can actually, open it like a surprise or a gift, even though you don't think it's a gift. But once you realize it, yes, it is a gift, because then you can choose to do something about it. So yeah, that's most of the time, that's the common, yeah, that people say stuck. I'm stuck because of, yeah. And you don't realize it most of the time.
Yes, I like that, because at first I like this. This is a new thing for me. Before at first, oh, beyond belief, like beyond my wildest imaginations. But it's more like get beyond the beliefs that you're currently holding, so transformation can occur. And so that I just got goosebumps because I think of all the people who are like tuning in now. This is going to be interesting because share with us, because you are wowzers. When you speak French, it just goes pop up and it's beautiful. And so will you be doing all shows, half shows, part shows? So how much French will be in your show and on the new channel?
Well, my show is going to be one in French, one in English. I'm going to be starting like that, 1 week in French, 1 week, I guess, in English. And I'm not going to be translated because that's too hard for my brain.
We were boundaries.
I want to really express myself, and I want people coming in, the guests, to be very comfortable in their language to express what they have to share. I need them to be like comfortable in the language that they want. Now, okay, so being bilingual, sometimes I use French and English as I'm doing. Like I'll use words, but it's okay, and that's gonna be the thing that I'm going to tell people. Like, we're not looking for perfection here. We're looking to connect and to learn and to share and to help each other out. We're co-creating in this world. And I want people to also understand that I will bring them into their imagination sometimes. And I'll be using keywords because the power of words for me is very important. And so that's why I'll be playing around with the theme of games and the artist. And because in my show, that's what I say. I'm the muse, I'm the magician, I'm the artist of my life. And that's what I want people to understand, that we're all parts, we're all pieces and parts. And it's okay that sometimes I'll need the magician to do something. I'll need the muse to do something. And it's fine. So yeah, I'm going to bring people into a little bit of imagination and fun also.
I love that you said I'm going to bring them into this, different aspects of ourselves. Is that something that you do? Do you use different modalities like card reading, or do you have archangels that you have? Who are your guides to help you know when to bring in the magician, when to bring in the artist?
Yes. Now, if you talk to my family and friends, very young, I was always the one that was called, oh, she's got a vivid imagination. Oh boy, yeah, that one. Whew, she can come up with some stories and stuff, and it all made sense, right? In my head, anyways. So I was lucky enough to have a family that really supported that and respected that, and actually helped me to grow and just be who I am today. So thank you for that. I just wanted to mention that. And so as I'm sorry, Lisa, I went one way in. Can you please help me out?
Just your guide. Do you have special guides who?
Oh, yes.
Maybe
yes.
You don't.
yes. See, I connected back. I focused back. Thank you for helping me here. So yes, I've always had guides. I've always had. I didn't know it at the time, but now I'm very comfortable, and I laugh about it because, I was just telling my husband, well, you know what? I think I'm going to call a meeting right now and call my gang upstairs and call my guides, and because I need direction. And I call it my mon CA en français. So it's a board of directors. So whenever I call a board of director meeting, it's because I need direction. I need some help here. So sometimes I'll ask for, okay, so now it's a financial situation. So I'll ask for my financial advisor, and I'll ask. So I'm always playing with all of this and I'm having fun, but I'm also getting direction, and I'm also getting guidance. And it might not happen immediately when I'm doing this, right? And it could be done in a meditation, it could be done, and I do have angels coming in, and I do have loved ones connecting once in a while, and I'm fine with that. I'm enjoying every bit of it. And I'm like, they are there to support us. They're there to give us a message. We asked for it. I know I do.
Do you think
So yeah.
I'm gonna check in to see if we've got any wonderful people tuning in here and what questions they might have and such. But first of all, I want to thank you everybody so much for supporting the EWN channels, all of them, whichever one they're tuning into, and the fact that we're, EWN is expanding. And I think this is the funny part to me is EWN is very spiritual, so there's a lot of languages, and yet here is a 3D, English, French, a language that we can hear. Is I was going to ask you to say, would you like to share the name of the show in French, and it's a little bit so people can, yes, if they're wondering, how does that sound?
Yes,
And
yes, I'd love to. Thank you. So, in French, it's going to be Au-delà des croyances. Puis, c'est comment accueillir notre génie créateur en soul playing. Je le dis en français soul playing parce que les gens le comprennent de toute façon. So it's all about embracing your creative genius while soul playing. So yeah, that's the main thing about the show. For now, it might change down the road, right? But that's
yes,
what it is for now.
yes, and I'm going to lead you into a big question now as I go find everybody. So that's the show. Like, so Beyond the Beliefs is where we're going to find Danielle Proulx and her guest. Could be anybody, but sharing this. And that is a piece, like what you said, like a puzzle piece. It's a piece of this, or a mosaic. I always think of you with a mosaic piece of this beautiful art piece. And it's the new channel. So EWN Français. And what does that new channel look like? So when they go, is it all French? Is it bilingual again? Who are you calling in for that channel as you build it?
Yeah, I'm calling French speaking light workers, healers, artists, authors, you name it. And I'm calling in French speaking, doesn't matter. It could be bilingual, both. If they want to switch around during the show, I'm comfortable with that also, right? So yeah, and it's related to it's all related to the mission, right? Which is spiritual and transformation program. It's all about the well-being, the mind and body, the connection, the soul. It could be, and it's for people from all over the world. So this channel is open for the world here.
I'm tracking people down here. So we've got some viewers, and this is new. So it's new. And when you say around the world, I love that because there's no barrier. So there's no language barrier, because when it comes to connection, yeah. And now I'm going to dive into a little bit of not coaching here, but when it comes to connection, and I don't mean to say what makes you sad, but what is driving you if somebody doesn't feel connected? How could they identify themselves like, yeah, that's me. I've lost connection, or I could sharpen my connection or fine tune it. And how would that feel to somebody so that we can give them an invitation to tune in?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I've had people that actually chose to disconnect. That's one. Disconnect because of fear, disconnected because of the unknown, a lot of reasons, or just because of the pandemic. They disconnect. And some people, they don't want to disconnect. They just feel like the beauty of Enlightened World Network, what really drawn me here is I truly believe that doing this way, being virtual, we can have access to one another. And some people say sometimes, well, it's not like being face to face, or, I can't really be one-on-one with you. Yes, you are. We are connecting. So I invite people to just tune in and listen and see if it does anything for them. We're built to have connection in life. Yes. We're built to help one another, and I'm going to repeat it. And we're built for love and to share that love. And it could be done virtually, definitely, because the energy, you'll feel it, you'll sense it. So I invite them to just come listen. They don't have to put a comment if they don't want to.
That's right.
And if you feel disconnected, well, it's a great place to reconnect, actually.
Yes, it's incognito connection. No, it is.
Yes, they don't. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to use one of your favorite words. I'm curious. No, I'm curious about whether there's sometimes I know that you felt disconnected. Maybe you chose to, or you were disconnected. You have had some events in your life that could certainly, change the connection. Do you remember a time where you heard a podcast, or you read a book, or you spoke with somebody on the phone, or just like that virtual connection where it really assisted you, really helped you just to make the next move? Maybe not all the moves, but the
Yeah.
power move, right? Can you recall
Yeah.
something like that? I'm so curious.
I listen to a lot of webinars. I choose to, in my life, whenever I go through something, I listen to music that helps me to reconnect. And I listen to music that really, I'll have a word that pops up, and I'll do a search on Google for that word and find a song that relates to it, because I'm like, okay, there's something about that word that just popped up right now, out of the blue. So this really helps me. I've chosen to disconnect once in a while in my life because there was a lot of things outside my control that I needed to disconnect. So, and how did I do that? I completely came back to myself and just shut down the TVs, shut down the medias, shut down everything. But not for long, because for me, I need the connection. I need to be connected with the world. But you get to choose what you listen to, right? I listen to a lot of podcasts. I love listening to inspiring podcasts, people. I want to hear, I love real stories. I'm just fascinated by people. I'm fascinated by the power that we all have and what we do with that power. And I'm saying power, you can have the perception you want. I can't say the interprète en français. So you can have the meaning that you want with that word, but the reality is we are powerful. It's just that sometimes we don't know how to use it. That's it.
Yes. I love that you said about that you chose to disconnect from the outside world so that you could hear the connection, could feel the connection. And I think that's where I think about the show, and then attracting different people. They're going to have so many different modalities. Each show is going to be offering something, a new way, different way for people to connect. Do you have a vision of what the channel will look like, or are you just leaving it, carte blanche?
I have a vision, but you have to understand that I'm very open. It's very rare that you'll see me saying it can't be done.
Oh, yes.
Take the time to really evaluate it and maybe reach out to the right people also to make sure that it does resonate with, because that's very important for me too, to keep the mission, the vision of Enlightened World Network. But I'm really open, and I'm hoping that people are curious. And I'm using that word again because it's so important in life. We think that it should be done in a certain way, but no. I'm telling people, hey, you have a little gift that you'd like to share, a message, and you'd like to really, come and join us and do it with us. Well, yeah, let's just talk about it. Sometimes we think it has to be major, big, and you have to have all the experience in the world. But sometimes, yes, it's good to have a great experience and have a great following. But sometimes it's okay also just to get started somewhere and start small and have fun with it. And then who knows where it can bring you. But I'm really aiming to invite people that want to elevate the collective awareness, to co-create with one another. I'm there to support them because I was so well supported and encouraged. And that's what I want to bring to the world too. Like, let's just talk about it and see what we can do.
I'm feeling so much about anyone who might have ever felt shut down, said no to, you're silly for thinking this or wanting this, or maybe people are tuning in, they've tried something so many times and it hasn't worked, but why stop trying? Sometimes we give up, right? And I don't want to mean give up like, oh, like a heart give up, like, ooh. And I'm feeling that. So I'm right now can feel like if there's a listener, or if if one of the listeners right now, and we're going to say hi to a couple of people here, Kamal being one of them, and Tammy. Hello, everyone. If you maybe know someone who needs to tune in and just hear things, or wants to start their own show, and I want to highlight that it's not just because you speak French and you're bilingual, is that you are holding space and modeling for others, that if they have a language, it doesn't need to be a language, a way they express themselves that is most comfortable to them, for them, then to do that, to do it that way, to be expressive in their language. Because what happens what's the difference for you when you are more comfortable in expressing in your language? What's the difference? What happens? What's the magic?
And that's why I asked, that's where the first question I asked, can I do both languages? Do I have to just do it one way? Sometimes I can't express my heart, whatever my heart has to say, or I can't express it in English sometimes because it's not my first language. But if you ask me to explain it in French, well, then I'll be able to better express myself and use the words that are really resonating with me, more than because my brain has to look and try to figure out, does it mean the same thing if I say it that way in English? And that all happens in a fraction of a second, right? But sometimes sometimes it happens, I don't even have the words, because it's like my brain's saying, time out. I'm searching here.
And that can make you stuck, because, that's actually when we can't express ourselves because we're not finding the right place. Then we're stuck. And so this is allowing the resonance. I love that you said that. When we resonate with what we're speaking, expressing, teaching, offering, which is love, hopefully, then we can move forward. I love, there was like just a little formula you just made.
Well, just to let you know, as I'm preparing for the launch for tomorrow, I'm meeting some unbelievable, amazing people. Yes. Light beings, they're just beautiful. And I'm just in awe because, I've got some English speaking women and I've got some French speaking, but to see them expressing themselves in their language, it's like, it's beautiful. And I'm like, yes, it's easy. It's flowing. It's just natural.
Yes, I love that. You just brought up a beautiful thing that I was so enjoying the conversation. The launch of the channel is tomorrow. So share with us details so that the viewers, I keep saying listeners, I'm used to podcasts, the listeners can join us, because it's a whole day event and you've got it jam-packed with goodies, because I know I want to come to the 4:00 one. But share with us what the launch is tomorrow for the EWN Français. What is that?
Yes, so we're starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and we're going through till 6:30 Eastern time. And yeah, it was originally 3 and then went to 4, and then it went to 6:30. So that's me. But it's just so fun, and it's just so interesting. So we're gonna have some people from all over the world, actually, in French and English. But so it's going to be identified if there's going to be an English speaker and a French speaker. So whoever wants to just listening in French is fine. And the beauty of this, it's because it's live on Facebook, right? It's going to be launched on EWN Français and in Enlightened World Network page. And then if you miss it, no problem, because it's actually going to be on YouTube and also in the Facebook. You can go back and check us out. So so I'm inviting people to come and celebrate with us, because that's how I'm seeing it. It's a celebration of diversity. That's what it is.
It is celebration. That was a perfect word to use for that. It is a celebration. And when I imagine the day tomorrow, I remember being a very little girl, and the neighborhood would have a fair in the summer, and it was in a parking lot at the community center or the park or something, and all these games, and it was like it started in the morning and would go just till the late afternoon, and you'd be so excited. The energy was there because everybody was just so happy and ready to celebrate, and it was everybody knew everybody. There was no barriers, and that's where I look that we can all, tune in and like just like Tina just joined us. Hello, Tina. They've just come to the fair.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that is
Yeah.
beautiful. So as we wrap up, it's always a sad thing to do, but we've talked about your brand new show, Beyond the Beliefs, which is June 24th.
Yes, it's going to be June 24th. Yeah.
Okay, on its own channel though. So everybody, if you're going to tune in, you want to check out Beyond the Beliefs with Danielle Proulx on June 24th. And that's on its own channel, EWN Français. Will it be in French, your first one, or English?
I'm still debating. I've got beautiful people that are ready. So I think I'm going to start in French. I just have that. I need to.
Yes, I love that. I do. That resonates with me. Would you like to make any invitation to people to come onto the show, be a part of the show right now? We'll open this. We'll extra open the floor for you to make some invitations.
Yeah. So if people are wanting to watch it live, it's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be once a week, and so it's every Thursday that we're going to be doing. So one in English and then one in French, or one in French and one in English, whatever you prefer. And also for those that are interested in maybe getting information on how to come as a guest or how to have your own podcast, they can contact me through Danielle Proulx, my private page, or they can actually go on to my Beyond the Beliefs Facebook page too. They can send a message there and I'll be fine. And they can also reach me here through Enlightened World Network.
Yes, the big family. See, lots of places to measure.
It's a beautiful family.
Sometimes people need to hear that invitation to tune in, to join us, to listen, to be a guest, have your own show. And I think that's what you say it with love, so they can feel that. And then they know that they can work with you. So if they're a little bit, they're unsure, just by having a conversation with Danielle, that's where you start. It's where you start.
Exactly. That's how I started. Yes,
it is.
I asked my question and here I am.
Well, I would love for you to share in either language, whichever both languages. It's both are fine. Your final shares, final words with everybody here.
What I'd like to say is merci. Thank you so much for listening in today or listening after. Et je vous encourage à venir écouter. Je vous encourage à oser sortir de vos zones de confort. I encourage you to get out of your comfort zone a bit and dare to explore. Listen, explore the channel, explore the other channels on Enlightened World Network. There's a match for somebody somewhere, and I know that. And vous êtes bienvenue à me contacter si vous avez des questions. So do not hesitate to contact if you have any questions. And I can't wait to see you.
Aww. And my word for you right now is connection. They connect. Merci beaucoup. Oh, this is a wonderful. Thank you for sharing this time with us. If you are watching right now, thank you so much for saying hello. I think we said hello to them. And if you are going to watch the replay, watch this, please leave some comments because we go through them. We get notified. Danielle can, answer any questions or respond to you. We love that in the hearts and share this with people that you know. So thank you, Danielle. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure of introducing you, your new show, Beyond the Beliefs, the new channel, EWN Français, and sharing this time with you, Danielle. It's been beautiful.
Merci beaucoup, Lisa. I always enjoy being with you.
Bye.
Bye.